Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny on Death from Above. Today, I want to talk about a gun. It's an old gun, but it's a good gun, and it's got a new version. We're talking about the Abyss Defiant. So what I like to do in these videos is talk about a gun in Destiny. We'll go over its base stats, flavor text, my version. In this case, it's an exotic, so it's going to be everybody's version. And then we'll talk about some PvE and PvP performance. So if that sounds like fun, let's go. So we've got the Abyss Defiant right here on my Titan. I don't quite know where to stand to begin this video. Usually I'll stand by the vendor that sells the weapon, but Crota's dead, and I got this from him. So let's take a look at the Abyss Defiant. This is the exotic version. I have not gotten the Year 3 legendary version yet, but they're about the same, except for this cool paint job and the solar burn on this one. So this is the Adept Abyss Defiant. Make the Void Roar. This is a mid-impact, mid-rate of fire auto rifle, kind of centered lower to, I mean, it's kind of higher impact, mid to high impact, decent range, good stability, good reload. Every Crota's End primary has Hive Disruptor, increased damage to Hive Majors. This one comes with the Quick Draw, the Red Dot, and the Red Dot. So the ORS and the OAS. I like the OAS. Red Dot ORS is preferable sometimes. For precise fire, I like the OAS because it gives you that extra stability and better target acquisition. And I have actually been bouncing between hip fire and focus fire. You'd be surprised. So for PvE, I'll keep it on focus fire. Give me more time to DPS because you get a slower fire rate and more damage per bullet. It doesn't really change the archetype of the gun. It just sort of modifies the rate of fire and the damage numbers. It comes with single point sling, perfect balance, and lightweight. And it has Lich Bane. Projectiles have a chance to disorient Hive Wizards. This is the main draw of this gun in PvE. Throw it on during Crota's End and make those wizards not care about you anymore. It's good for strikes too. I think this week we have the Nightfall with Solar Burn. It is a Fallen Saber Strike though, so whenever there's Solar Burn activities with Hive, I really like this gun. It's good for getting those wizards off of you. It's good when it's Arc Burn and you just want to keep a wizard off of you, because Arc Burn from a wizard can wreck you. But the options of this gun, they play differently depending on what you're doing as far as PvE and PvP goes. So let's get into the PvE and PvP analysis. We'll start with PvP because I think I've got some interesting thoughts on this gun. Now, I listen to a lot of things. I listen to podcasts. I listen to other YouTubers, all sorts of different things about Destiny. And one of the things I noticed is people were saying, Abyss Defiant's pretty good in PvP. So I'm like, let's try it out. So I tried it out in PvP, did a couple matches, and I've played it in Year 1, so I had some background on the gun. And it just, the first match did not sit well with me. It was the match, I can't ever remember names of maps, but the one with the long center section is all kind of green and overgrown. And it didn't have the range for that map. It was too, the distances were too far for this gun. I started out in focus fire, and focus fire just didn't quite do it. It just, I don't know, I was getting headshots, but it just felt off. So I switched to hip fire, and I felt a little bit better about it. So hip fire and PvP, I would prefer hip fire over focus fire. I don't think the low rate of fire auto rifles are still quite in that good place in PvP. The mid rate of fire auto rifles are kind of the sweet spot for me. So this gun at mid rate of fire felt a little bit better. I did get a second match. We played a little, I think we played Dungeons, and it felt better there for some reason. It felt a lot better there in PvP. One of the things I noticed is it has more range than you think it does. It actually has really, really good range. So for PvP, push that range out a little bit. It'll hit what you're aiming at. It's got good enough stability with perfect balance to hit what you're aiming at from distance. And you can line them up. You can get headshots from distance farther than you think you can with an auto rifle, because it's a mid-impact auto rifle, pretty good stability, decent enough range to get you there. So I found more success towards the end of the matches when I started realizing you had to play a little bit more passive with this gun and kind of go backwards, and you'll have a little bit more success in PvP. But that's not the main focus of this gun. I think PvE is the main focus of the Abyss Defiant. And PvE is the sweet spot. Like I said, anytime I'm running Crota's End, I'm going to have this gun with me for certain situations where I may need it against the wizards. If I'm running strikes, if I'm running Nightfalls with a Hive in them, this is a solid choice. I like having the Lich Bane. I like having the disorient the Hive Wizards. Sometimes I just use it just because I can, and I know there's a wizard coming. I'm like, I just want to make that wizard look around like a crazy person. In that situation, focus fire is what I use. Let me know if you guys use lightweight or single point sling. I don't use that too much. I don't switch the perks up on this gun too much. But PvE, solid performer. It's really, really good Solar Burn, it's a new option for Solar Burn. Strikes, Nightfalls, daily missions, whatever it may be with the Solar Burn. I like it. I like it in PvE. It's a solid choice. And if you just feel like switching it up, there's a lot of options now for primaries with burns, with all the raid weapons coming back. We're cycling back into Crota's End this week, so all those guns have come back around, and I really, really like a lot of the options. I like having options, and I think it's pretty cool. So what do you think? What do you think about the Abyss Defiant? Do you have the legendary version? And how about those armor drop rates from Crota's End and all the other raids? It ain't dropping for me. I mean, I've got some good Crota's End gear, but I haven't gotten any Vault of Glass gear. A couple pieces of Wrath gear, couple pieces of King's Fall gear. Nothing really that major. But what do you think about the Abyss Defiant? What other guns do you want me to take a look at? What's your favorite raid weapon right now? Let me know in the comments, and I will take a look. We'll have a nice little chat, nice little interaction. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy this. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I do videos every day, sometimes twice a day, like today. And until then, until next time, thanks again, guys. I'm Death Row, and I'll see you later. See you, bye.